Good rise, Jen Jen. How you doing, mamas? All right, let me see. Let's go ahead and get started. Good rise, beautiful people. I hope I'm talking loud enough. Remember, y'all, I got this ear thing going on, so there's a reverb in my head. So y'all have to let me know if I'm not speaking loud enough. Or maybe I should get my finger from over the microphone. That'll work too. Okay, y'all, today we are talking about word power. Yay! Word power. That's right. You ever know somebody that as soon as they say something, you know it's a lie, and you just laugh at them? You just be like, you ain't doing that. Hush. That means that person has no word power. That means that nobody relies on their word. Everybody knows what comes out of your face ain't true. That is a really bad place to be in life. Real bad. Especially if you really want people to believe you. If you really want friends. If you really want long-term friends. It's time to make our word bond again. And what do I mean by making our word bond? Anything that come out of your mouth should be true. Any requests that are made of you and you say you gonna do something, it should be written in stone. Nobody likes wishy-washy people. Nobody likes somebody that says something and then turn around and does the exact fucking opposite. Good morning, Iris. How are you? Good rise. Nobody. It means your word ain't shit. And if your word don't mean anything to anybody else, guess who else your word doesn't mean anything to? You. So if you wonder why you can't make the magic happen, you can't make the magic happen because even you know the shit that comes out of your face ain't true. In some belief systems, it says that your body will tell on you. I believe that is true. Your body tells on you always and constantly. My thing is, how the hell you still weigh 320 pounds, but you say you going to the damn gym every day? What you doing at the gym? Standing there looking at the girls? Because you ain't lost no weight. You ain't lost no weight. The fat hasn't shifted one way or the other. Who you lying to? That's crazy. Your word should be bond. Anything. This is why we can't even trust each other, because we know we be lying. You know the person in the group who says, hey, I need somebody to help me come move. You know damn well you got 10 people that say they gonna help, only 2 coming. And that 2 is gonna be short because one of them gonna find something emergency to do. Why y'all do that to each other? If you can't help, just say no. Just say no. That should be a new regulation amongst us. You are not allowed to lie to each other. You're not allowed to fabricate the truth. You're not allowed to give an alternative truth. You're not allowed to skew it. You're not allowed to. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If you can't go, say no, you can't. Make everything that comes out of your mouth true and exact to your words and actions. And then when you say something, your words have power. They have power not only to you, but the people that you're speaking it to. There's not too much that I say to people that don't carry weight. If I say I'm going to be there, Hell, high water, I'm coming. Unless I call you and tell you, hey, something happened with my family and I can't make it. You better believe I did everything to make it. If I tell you I'm going to help, I'm going to be there. If I tell my child, hey, we going to the store, we going to the park, da-da-da-da-da, it get about that time, I'm feeling all tired and shit, I don't feel like going, I'm not breaking my word to my baby. That's the last person I want to break my word to. Because if in nobody else's eyes I want my honor, it would be in the eyes of my children. Grand Rise, Brandy, how are you? Good morning, Miss Boyd. I see y'all. But how often do you break your word to yourself? Hey, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, and then you turn around and eat a whole pack of Oreos. You diminishing your own mental power. Willfully diminishing your own mental word power by breaking your own word to yourself. You wonder why you ain't got no juice? That's why. You don't even believe you. Now that's a sad state of fucking affairs. That's a sad state of affairs when you can stand there and notice that somebody don't even believe they self when they talking. And it's across the board. It's not a man problem. It's not a woman problem. It's a us problem. It's a us problem because our word ain't carried juice with us in so long. It's ridiculous. We were conditioned to make sure that our word don't carry juice with each other. Although there are some people, you can't get away from the juiciness because they drip with the juice. They walk through and you like, just don't let her talk to me. Just don't let her talk to me. You know why? Because they keep their word. Even you know they keep their word. If they say they ain't fucking with you no more, they ain't fucking with you no more. If they say they got you, they got you. They come in to squash something, everybody pay attention. Yo, the fuck are y'all doing? Oh, Fee here. Your word. Check this out, y'all. They say in the beginning, the void was filled with a sound. And that sound created everything. In the beginning, you made a sound. And that sound was caught in the void. And the void began to make that sound manifest. And then it found that the word was not good. Your word was not good. See, that first sound was so perfect and so permeating that it penetrated everything. It penetrated everything with perfect thought, with perfect intent. It believed itself. It not only believed itself, everything else believed in it too. Everything else that was in the void believed in this sound so perfectly and so harmoniously that everything lined up to the vibration. That's a God. That's how the God did it. Now, what sound have you made that was so perfect, so intentful, so full of your desire to make things bend to your will, that you held that word in your mind until everything in the universe lined up to agree with it? Even yourself. That's one of the highest forms of alchemy there is. It's why they don't want y'all knowing who and what you are. Because we can change our circumstance almost instantly. But as long as we fall to the persuasion, the mind will never focus. It will never focus long enough. It will never believe itself to get it done. Because your word don't carry juice. Because you've fucked over your word with yourself so much that even you know you lying. It's fucked up, man. What word have you had lately that was so powerful that you even persuaded other people into it? Your word. Your word. Your word. When was the last time your word was so pure and exact that as soon as it was said, it was done? When? When? Because even you know you lying. We lie to ourselves professionally. And it becomes ridiculous. Oh my God, my cousin's on. Let me tell y'all about my cousin. Making your ideas, making your word your bond. I am so in love with this chick, man. She came up with her own makeup line. I wish I could wear it, but I don't wear makeup. I don't know nothing about it, and I don't want to fuck up her product. You know what I'm saying? But beautiful product, wonderful product. She had an idea. She had an idea in the void. And she brought that idea out of the void until not only she could hold it in her hand, she could sell that bitch. That's what I'm talking about. That's how your word carried juice. Your word got power. When the people around you see that you took nothing and made something from your word. Simply from your word. Check it out. Last year I said, hey y'all, I want these boots. I'm going to get these boots. Ridiculous price on these boots. Even I'm like, something good got to come through for me to get these boots. Who got them boots a couple weeks ago? Pow! Ha! Got them boots. Because this carries juice. I can say it, string it, make it, it show. Pow. Can you please learn this alchemy? But before you can do the alchemy, your words have to have juice. And the only way to have juice is to make your words true. Chiquita there, Miss Chiquita there, somebody wants a tag on that makeup line, my dear. Black owned, for black skin, black tones, my girl Chiquita der. Work her out, Chiquita. Please hit the sister up. Verna Boyd need you. That's how we make connections around here. That's how we make connections. It's how it's supposed to be done. Power. Juice and power. Next time you talk to people, pay attention to how well they're paying attention to you. Are they watching your face? Are they watching your mouth? Are they watching your whole body? That'll go to tell you just how intent they are on the words that you are speaking, whether this got juice. Test it. Test it. When you talk, when you're around talking, see if the elders will be quiet for you. If the elders will be quiet for you, you got juice. If people are asking you your advice, you got juice. But in order, again, for your word, I'm believing myself so much right now. You better. Who else you gonna believe? Who else's truth matters? You are the point. What if I told you that everything in the universe lined up for you to be born? Everything. Everything. When your father ejaculated into your mother, you were one of a few million. You were one in a million. Listen to me. Listen to the code. You were one in a million. In one in a million. One, you didn't die on the track. Two, there are two choices to make when you floating up the tube to get to the urethra. But there are two. There are two tubes. You shot out your daddy's urethra, right? You go into your mama's womb. You can die right there in the womb because it takes a minute for even to solidify before you can liquefy to keep going. Once you start traveling up your mama's womb, woo, there are two ovaries. There are two tubes. You can go to the left or you can go to the right. Well, it depends on where the egg dropped. If it dropped on the left, going to the right is pure suicide. If it dropped on the right, going to the left is suicide. So you even made the right choice on what side to go to. Now, you made the right choice on what side to swiggle up in, right? Then you get all up in there, right? Then only one. There can be only one. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some side note. There's some shit that can take place, like two eggs can drop at the same time, and it really doesn't matter what side you go up, but still there can be only one. Sometimes two do make it into the egg, but that's very, very rare, and let's not go there. We're talking about the norm right now. Back to the story. Now, only one gets into the egg, and guess what he has to endure to even get in the egg? Decapitation. Yes, he has to die. Off with your head. You have to die to live. 1/2 of your genome chromosome pool had to die for you to live. Wow. What a beautiful story. Right? Right. So, now, you died to live. You're in the egg. The egg won't let anybody else in. You won, bitch. Ha! I'm gonna be born. I'm gonna be born. Well, you got 9 months, and any motherfucking thing can happen in that mix in 9 months, inside or outside. A whole bunch of stuff can go wrong. But did it? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on you. Depends on how you feel about yourself. Now, Exactly. Sister, you're getting it. I'm loving this. I'm gonna be on it, y'all. Now, you're born. Hello. You're here. Do you know how special you are just to get born? Everybody don't make it out the birth canal intact. Everybody don't take their first breath. Everybody don't make it through that trial. Every child's body that slides out of a woman does not get a soul. You did. You passed that test. Now, you didn't live to the age that you have lived to. Everybody don't live to your age. Yeah, and all that happens in darkness. Of course. And anything can go wrong. You got to be driving that ship too. And as a child, were you a liar? Did you tell the truth? Did you tell hard truths that got your ass beat? I did. Did you lose the ability to tell the truth? Because in your truth hurt other people so much that they hurt you behind your truth. So you learn not to tell the truth. You learn not to tell your truth. Or you learned to tell an acceptable version of your truth. That's survival. That's how a lot of empaths go into that survival mode, because they have to protect themselves. Oh, I was a skilled liar. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I was a very skilled liar. I learned very early that the truth only needs a very, very short piece of it twisted, and you have a beautiful lie. You have a well-dressed lie. The naked truth is beautiful, but a well-dressed lie, people will follow all day. People will make a well-dressed lie president instead of the naked truth. No pun intended. I wish I had a teacup. A lot of us are. A lot of us are star children and don't know it. I ain't going into that. Look it up. See, I had to lie just to do normal shit. See what I mean? But in a world, you also have to remember, we live in a world where a lie is the truth. And people have to learn to adapt. It took me a long time to realize that I could tell my whole truth and not be put off my game, so to speak. So you have to juice in your words. How do you build it? Just like you build any other muscle. It. Hey, you got to play the game though, man. You got to play the game with people, because you have to realize that the game has already been played on them. So then here I come trying to clean it up. And in some cases, I do have to twist a truth or two just to get people to see the light. But you know what? Oh, well, because we live in a world that's governed like that right now. We're in that house. We're entering the house of Aquarius. Aquarius is a strange sign. Aquarians, you have to get into their world. You have to understand their world from the inside out. You can't understand it from the outside in, period. And this is the house that we're going into right now. So we have to learn to line up our intent with the house that we're in. For instance, check this out, y'all. And this is going to sound strange, but I need y'all to flow with me for a minute. Just flow with me for a minute, okay? Okay. Abraham took us into the house of Aries. He took us into the ram, where we were coming out of the house of Taurus. Which is why the significance of Moses blowing the ram's horn and melting the golden calf. That was all about different, the time was changing. There was a house change. There was celestial house change that was taking place. Okay? We were coming out of Taurus and going into Aries. We have to remember that this procession that I'm talking about with the zodiac takes place backward. It doesn't take place forward. Like it would go Aries to Taurus if you're talking about zodiacs. But when you're talking about the procession, it goes from Aries. It goes from Aries to Taurus is going backward. Taurus to Aries is going backward. If it was going forward, it would be Aries, then Taurus. But it was Taurus going to Aries. We're going backward. Okay? Well, the Nazarites is something a little different, because I have to ask you, are you talking about the place or are you talking about the group? Because the Nazarenes, Jesus was not from Nazareth, but he was called the Nazarene. He was called the Nazarene because that was a group. It's kind of like being called a Black Panther. His mother was also a Nazarene. His father was a Nazarene. All the Nazarenes carried his philosophy, which was, they even considered it a New Age Judaism almost, because he was taking them back to the one. So that's a whole nother discussion that we'll get into about Jesus's juice that people just don't understand. But you also, since we're talking about Nazarenes and that Jesus juice and them words, every word that Esau spoke was right and exact. To the point that he could say something and people understood it to be such truth that they didn't need him to go anywhere. They just needed him to say it. The story of Jesus and the soldier. You know, the soldier comes in and asks Jesus to save his daughter because she was dying. And Jesus like, hold on. You believe that I can save your daughter? He's like, yes, sir. You're the master. All you have to do is say the word. All you have to do is say the word. That is juice. That's juice. And Jesus made an example of him. He's like, this is a believer. And he said, go, your daughter is healed. And she's healed by your faith. This little magic box right here, bless or curse you. That little magic box right there. This is felt. My mama used to say, this piece of felt right there, that piece of felt gonna get you in trouble. It's gonna save you or kill you. It might be important to inform viewers that the narrative you're explaining is not an Islamic one. People might get confused. The narrative I just explained is not an Islamic one. But I would guess they would know that, and so would the people who are of Islam. But I'm not about to I'm not about to get in here and I don't even tell. What? Never mind. Public disclaimer. The Muslims would like you to know that the story you just heard is not Islamic. They know that. I'm under the impression that we're all smart enough to figure that out. If it's not your story, you don't have to claim it. We know. They know when they're coming out of different books and texts. All of this unnecessary This is why God left the planet. This is why God left. This is... I just... This is why people are not allowed to speak in class. Just fuck up the whole momentum of everything. Dogma sucks. Dogma sucks. Dogma sucks. Dogma sucks. Dogma keeps us so... We can't get to the truth because we still have to step through dog shit. Everybody wants to... What are you protecting? I just... It makes my head hurt. There aren't even any... Welcome to my life, y'all. Welcome to my life. This is my life. Oh, your word. You know, goddamn Satan. You know, my brother be on me, boy. Okay, you win. Y'all win. You win. Every time I come out with a dogma story, I'm going to make sure I embarrass the religion it belongs to. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do from now on. For now on. Since everybody wants to separate the teachings and make... What if I told you the whole truth was put into 3 different books? What if I told you that? What if I told you the whole truth was hidden in 3 different books? And you had to read all 3 books and throw out the bullshit. What if I told you that? Would that make you look at your religion as only a third of what needed to be learned? Would that tell you that you're a little behind on associating with the rest of your people? What if I told you the truth? What if I told you that you only have 1/3 of the truth if you're dealing with any of the Abrahamic religions? Let me crush this right quick. And quite frankly, if you're a Muslim and you're about to get offended, if you're Christian, you're about to get offended, if you are Hebrew Israelite and you're about to get offended, I don't care. Don't follow me. Jump off my page because you came up my cliff. And now you done irritated me. So now I'm just going to lay this truth out so this will never happen again. A big truth was hidden in all three books. It can be what the fuck it is because the truth don't give a shit about opinion. It was hidden in all three books. No one group got the whole truth because all groups fucked up. Since everybody want to act like they are holier than thou, you all messed up. Every last one of you. That's why none of you enjoy the full pleasure of God. Everybody fell off. Everybody. All of the houses. Including the 13th. We lost faith. But we're still separating ourselves through dogma. They don't come after us because we're Islamic. They don't come after us because we're Christian. They don't come after us because of anything else but you black. And I'm sorry, I'm tired. I am tired. You interrupted me. And I don't care how you feel about it because you didn't give a fuck about my feelings. And I'm tired of people stepping on my feelings. You want to teach? Hey, ain't nothing stopping you from going live. Knock yourself out. But I'm not trying to trap people with dogma either. I'm not asking them to be Muslim. I'm not asking them to be Christian. I'm not asking them to be Hindu. I'm asking them to be themselves. I don't care about dogma. I can take all three books and set them on fire. I don't care. It's a book. It was printed on a nasty printing press. It was put in a nasty box where rodents can walk over it and any other thing. It's made of paper. It can be destroyed. The truth, on the other hand, cannot. Right, because nobody considers people's feelings when they're talking. They just talk. Especially men to women. Men do this shit on a regular. Y'all don't care about a woman's feelings. You just say what's willy-nilly to you. You don't care about other people's feelings. We say we do, but we don't. Because if we did, we'd watch our mouths. I had somebody on a 2-minute, 43-second tape tell me I was teaching completely fucking wrong. Oh, right, brother. Well, if I was teaching so wrong, the next time they call me to teach, I'm going to let you do it. Y'all don't think women get tired of that shit? Constantly second guessing us? Back up. Back up, because I'll give it to you too. I don't care. I keep telling y'all, I'm not friendly. I'm cooler than a fan, but I'm not friendly. Get over it. This is why I didn't stick dogma down my son's throat and nobody else's. If I had a dogma, and when I had a dogma, I didn't beat people with it. Oh, you must separate this from that. We've been separating shit so damn long, we don't know how to put it back together. Let me say that again. We have separated ourselves so long, we don't even know how to come back together. And I've had enough. I've had enough. Keep your dogma. Because if I was all that religious, I don't think I'd be sitting here with my head open and my shoulders out. So, miss me. And this is how religion lost me in the beginning. This is how it lost me. Undignified, righteous in servitude. Your word. And that's how your word affects people. See how just little things, and that's just an example. I just decided to give y'all an example on how words can completely change everything right quick. Che, I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Che, I hope you're all right, bro. I was just using you for an example. Inshallah, I hope the brother's all right. Your word can change everything. When somebody is given their truth, your truth can change everything. Your word can change the course of a flowing river. Your words can crack the whole planet in half. Your word affects all things. You simply having a word affects all things. But I'm telling y'all the truth. The truth was hidden in the Abrahamic religions in 3 books. To get to the truth, you have to go through all 3 disciplines. And hopefully you'll come out on the other side whole. Some people went in backward. Some people went in forward. Some people got stuck in stages. All of us are Muslim. Muslim just simply means that you submit to the will of the one. Don't we? Doesn't everything? If it wasn't meant to happen, it wouldn't happen. But surely because it happened, means that it was meant to happen. How do I communicate with you? Through my words. It was the way to separate. Again, I'm going to say this again. We have been separated so long, we don't know how to put it back together. Hey, you were a kid, have you ever taken a toy, did you ever take a toy apart and then have to go do something and come back and forget how it went back together? That's kind of like what we did. But to have a religion means that you're relying on something outside of yourself. When I go to the church house and I used to talk to the preacher, it didn't make sense to me. Why do I need an emissary between me and God? If you tell me I'm God's child, then that means I should be able to go straight to my parent for anything that I need. Isn't your child able to come straight to you for anything they need? Do they need an intercessor? My child only might need an intercessor when he's in trouble. Man, can you go talk to my mom for me? But, so, why would that be any different with what they call my heavenly Father? I don't need you. In Islam, the original Islam was meant to be practiced by people who lived in the desert, far away from other folk. You could do it alone. Christianity, a cute little split off Judaism, with a little bit of Freemasonry mixed up in there, a little Tahuti. I respect people's ways of life. I can respect your way of life. But when you disrespect somebody else's, I have to look at you funny. People want respect without giving it. Reciprocity is a beautiful thing. You're not going to get my respect unless you give it, period, point blank. And all of that mix-up was over a story. Come on, y'all. We got better things to disagree about than that. Don't we have better things to detail than that? Don't we? Please. Because I tell stories from across the board. No, I can't say that that's a completely Christian story because I don't tell complete Christian stories. I can't. I don't know them just from a Christian point of view. I know them from a Babylonian point of view. I might know them from a pagan point of view. The same damn story. Same story, but from different points of view. And I have the right to do that, especially if I've done the research. So to say, oh, that's a Christian story, I can't say that because it's not a complete Christian story. Like when I spoke of the three women of Adam, that wasn't a complete Christian story. It wasn't a completely pagan story either, because the two stories crossed. It's like watching Star Wars, and then you realize that Star Wars had some ETs in it. When did the ETs get into Star Wars? Well, two stories that crossed each other. Why do you think? Remember in the movie E.T.? Do y'all remember in the movie E.T. when they were out trick-or-treating and E.T. saw this kid with the Yoda costume on and he was like, Yoda, 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 Yoda. I don't know if anybody caught that, but it was a crossover to two stories. How did E.T. know Yoda? How did E.T. know Yoda? Well, you had to watch Star Wars to know how E.T. knew Yoda in the E.T. movie. Because E.T.'s people were part of the Galactic Council, and so was Yoda's people. So, when he saw one of the Yodas, he was trying to get home. Yoda, 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 Yoda. He thought he'd found himself a way home. But you have to be paying attention to connections to be able to see things like that. Connections. Y'all telling me y'all didn't notice that in the two movies? Come on, throw up. If you saw it in the movie, throw up a thumb. If you didn't, put the wow up. I need to see this across the board. No, nobody's going to admit it. Nobody's going to admit they didn't know. Nobody's going to admit they didn't know. Yeah. Crossovers, baby. Crossovers. E.T. was trying to get Yoda to get him home. They were both part of the Galactic Council, but you had to watch Star Wars to know that. That's why he went off during the trigger. Yoda, Yoda. If anybody ever wondered why E.T. went Yoda stupid, that's why. Small connections. Small connections rule the world. And when you see them, you're like, I wonder who saw that. Then you become part of the elite. So then when I say something about it, this got juice. That's what we've been talking about the whole time. This got juice. And hey, y'all, I don't expect you to believe everything I say. Go look it up. When I say something and somebody say, well, give me the research, and I say, fuck you, I'm not saying fuck you as in, bitch, please. I'm not saying it that way. I'm saying it as in go do your research. I'm not going to do your research for you. I did my research for me. When I was in school, I didn't do people's work. If I did your work, you paid me. I've been a beautiful middleman for a very long time, and I know how much information costs. I'm not doing your research. So don't ask me to. Don't ask, Fee, where your research? Nigga. Go do your own. Do your own. You got a smartphone, but ask me the definition of a word. But you got a smartphone. You got a smartphone, but ask me to tell you who somebody is. Man, learn to use the stuff at your fingertips. Instead of trying to be easy about it. Don't stop taking the easy way out. Let the day be, I'm taking the hard road. Let the day be, I'm going to take the hard road. Freeing yourself ain't on a handout. Freeing your mind is not on a handout. And unfortunately, some of y'all, I got to free you from dogma before I can free your mind, because your mind is locked up in the dogma cage. Okay, that was a pun I did not mean to make. Your mind is locked up in a dogma cage. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. But y'all, that's the lesson. Juice. Juice, 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 juice. Let your word carry juice. Have a little power. And how do you do that? Speak the truth and only the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but your truth. So help you the one. Let your word be bond, because bond is life, and you will give your life before your word shall fail you. That truly means that you will commit suicide before your word fails you. It means that you will take the slow road to death before this is proven wrong. How many of us are ready to live that way? It means you can't lie. You can't even lie to yourself. Oh, I'm going on a diet. Well, right after I eat this pint of ice cream. Thank you for being honest. Or be quiet. Or be quiet. Because the people who really know in this world, they're not speaking anymore. Like my teacher. It's us that we're speaking. The proteges are speaking because we know that this information is about to become very scarce and with only a chosen few. And I need more people in my circle than just the ones that are there, because I get lonely. I get lonely. I'm a lonely teardrop. Oh, no, stop. All right, y'all. You got your homework. Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth until your words have juice. Love y'all. Assalamu alaikum, salam, shalom, hotep. This is Sister Fee. How y'all doing? Always got my ear to the street. My ear to the street. My ear to the street. Hey, if y'all see Che, love on him today. Love on him. Please tell him I was just using him for an example right quick in real time. Never mind. I'll catch up with him. Love y'all. Peace.